one thing I'm really aware of, Adam, and I don't know if you feel the same, but the regulatory environment, particularly around safety, just moving at such a fast pace at the minute and becoming really challenging. And safety is particularly important. If you look at what's happening with the Building Safety Act, and we've got to make sure that that's not seen as simply a marketing tool by organisations, but you've got to kind of buy into it and live it. Particularly the challenges that has for competency in installation, as well as competency in designing the right solutions. But also, when I talk about safety, I also think about people working on roofs, and we all see those images of people working on roofs without the right safety equipment or checks in place or harnesses and so forth. And it's just not worth, for the sake of a couple of minutes and making sure that we're prepared and we've made the necessary risk assessments and so forth, is putting people in danger. And for us at VELUX Commercial, it's not just words.
Yeah,
it's one of our pillars. It's a real group-wide. It's our first priority to make sure everyone's safe and goes home back to their families at the end of every day.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I, thinking back over the last 5-6 years, and what's escalated, that everyone, whether it be a salesperson doing surveys out on the road, whether it be obviously the contracts team who are working at height, we're all going through constant training, updating of regulations. So we totally understand. And I think one of the big things for me was every time we go to a site, it's normal for the contracts team, but for the sales team to actually do a risk assessment. It doesn't matter how small the job is, if it's just one roof light, or if it's 30 roof lights, or if it's a large atrium, we do a risk assessment in terms of how we access that roof. And I think that's a really important message from VELUX Commercial. Life is more important than, not doing the risk assessment as such.
So if we go back to compliance with regulation, and also competency as well, which is a big topic. Well, how do VELUX Commercial help with that?
Yes, I mean that's quite a big subject, but I think I'll start with the product. We've got ranges within our product that we consider the ease of installation, a panelised system, which is designed to be installed as a standard, but also the speed of installation. So therefore, you're spending less time at height, which obviously is where, unfortunately, the most of the fatal accidents happen at height. So we do look at the product. That's very, very important to us. But also we've got a wealth of knowledge within the business in various departments, and we're always considering the health and safety, whether that, as I said, products, whether that's with training. We've also got a new technical manager who looks at the certification, looks at, rather than being reactive, we're proactive, and I think that's very important to be ahead of the market, in whether that be in regulation terms or whether that be in product designs. So I think that's the key points.
And I think one of the areas where we're lucky in the UK and Ireland with VELUX Commercial is, the business has been formed by 4 really strong rooflight brands, bringing with it a lot of experience in people, and a lot of competency in those people. There's a lot of people come from the 4 acquisitions, starting with VELUX Modular Skylights, and then the acquisition of Vitral, and then the acquisition of Jet Group, which bought into VELUX Commercial Extra Light as well as Cornerstone. You put the combined experience of those organisations together, and it's a real advantage for us.
Yeah.
And with those organisations came people with full careers of experience within rooflights, and we really benefit from that.
Yeah.
As you know, the real opportunity is to bring that together in one entity. So rather than selling individual products, we've got full solutions right across the roof. And for us as a sales team, it's kind of it's going into the marketplace with the most fantastic palette of solutions that you could hope for. Yeah. How do you feel about that?
No, it's very exciting because we're now, what we can offer is endless. If you've got a hole in a roof, we've generally got a solution for it, and the right solution. And previously we didn't do supply and install. We have that service now, which gives you peace of mind that the roof light is going to be installed correctly and we're not going to have any comebacks. And the beauty of that is then we get recommendations, and that's half the business, repeat business.
I still see that the greatest challenge for us is to let everyone know who we are. Yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
In the marketplace, I still see VELUX Commercial is the greatest secret.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the VELUX brand.
Yeah.
Not everyone knows who VELUX Commercial are, where we've come from, the range of solutions we've got.
I think the other thing, in my experience, the number of meetings that I've had, whether it be with a contractor or an architect, and I do a presentation of who VELUX Commercial are, 9 times out of 10 the question will come back, I didn't know you did that. And because of the vast product range. So we've got so much to offer, which benefits all parties, and I think that's the real opportunity.
Same here.
That's exciting.
I get that all the time. I get all the time, I didn't know you were Vitral. I didn't know Extra Light was still in business.
Yes, absolutely.
I didn't realise you did all that.
Yeah.
And that's why it was so important to kick off the campaign that we've launched this year around We Make It Personal.
Yeah.
Because we've got to communicate to the marketplace who VELUX Commercial are and what we do and how we do it. And I think what I like about We Make It Personal is it embodies what I see every day. I see our sales teams, whether they be internal or external, as well as our sales operations teams, supporting them, dealing with individual customers and making sure that they get the solution that's right for them. They get treated in a bespoke manner that suits their project, their need, their order. It's not one size fits all. We're not doing that. The commercial market is far too complex, particularly the business to business commercial marketplace. It demands us to, make our solutions fit the different projects and different scenarios we're coming across. Yeah,
absolutely.
And I'm really delighted with the message of the campaign in terms of We Make It Personal, because it just fits with what we do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
And the more we tell people, the more people, you've been in those meetings the same as I have, where we start with, I didn't know you did that.
Yeah.
And the next thing, they're pulling more people into the meeting. They're bringing up projects that they've got currently on the pipeline where they just go, we need your support. Yeah. And that's kind of fantastic for us. That's what we live and breathe for.
Yeah.
Because we know we can turn that opportunity into a solution for that customer there and then. Yeah. What does We Make It Personal mean to you?
To me, it means that the biggest thing is we listen to the customer. Okay, and I think that's very important. Quite often, I've been with salespeople, if you like, and they don't listen to the customer; they dictate to the customer.
In other organisations.
In other organisations, of course. But that's part of training, isn't it? But no, absolutely right. And I think it's important that we listen to the customer, and then we can put our recommendations forward. So it's really designing from infancy right through the journey. It's the journey with the customer, not just saying I'll come back to. It's involving the customer right from design, right to manufacture, through installation, and it's the whole program that we can actually offer, and I think that's what it means to me.
Yeah, and that's why I think from a we make a personal perspective, for me, it's not just about, receiving an opportunity by email and pricing it and sending it back.
Yeah.
It's really important that we have that conversation, and dare I say it, and I know it's often used too much, is start trying to develop that relationship so we can really understand the challenges from that customer's perspective.
Yeah.
I know it sounds a bit corny sometimes, but it's really what gets the right solution in the end.
Yeah.
And I think for us, it's in our DNA to make sure that we work that way.
Yeah.
And that comes from, it's the one consistent that I feel exists across all the forming parts of VELUX Commercial, and it's something that we've really focused on since VELUX Commercial has been put together. Is how we do that more and more, and let customers know what benefit we can bring to them, how we can help. I think if there's one word, is please trust us to help you. When I think about VELUX Commercial, Adam, I still see us as very much a new company. We've just been in existence since 2019. I think that's relatively new to the marketplace for me. But I think the strapline of others make products, we make it personal, really is trying to get the message across with how what it's like to deal with us. Yeah. It's not just choose a product from a catalog and that's what you'll get. It's come and talk to us, and we'll find a solution, or we'll develop a solution or manufacture a solution that fits your project and your need. For the commercial market, that's so important. And as commercial specialists, I think it's something we do really well. Can you talk to me a little bit about that and give me a bit of a flavour of how you see that works within?
Yeah, I mean, rather than talk about individual projects, I think it's the process that's important to be aware of. So we get an inquiry, for example, and we hand that to our specification team, who are based in the UK, based in Ireland, also in Scotland. So we've got members of the team that can visit in all areas of the country, and I think that's important. Who would go and speak to the architects, agree a specification, and then the specification manager would then send that to our estimating departments. And dependent on which product, we've got estimators based in Blythe and also in Scotland in Glenrothes. So we're quite a large organisation actually in that sense. And we've got lots of support. So in terms for the estimating team, they've also got the technical team who can support them if there's a particular requirement which they're unsure about. Rather than just price anything, we make sure that we price the right product for the right, whether it's to do with the U value or the G value or whatever. So then it's that relationship from the architect from a specification perspective, and then when it goes out to tender, we then build a relationship with the contractor, whoever that may be, and again that's with our specification team, and then we support the contractor so they totally understand the requirements of what we're supplying, what we require on site in terms of waterproof, in terms of curb. So we're all talking from the same song sheet as such. So when we come to site, there's not going to be any issues. So obviously, once the contractor's placed an order with ourselves, we have a contracts team who would organise for approval drawings based on what's been designed, and they basically are to show the design of the roof light, but also to confirm the dimensions. So again, we're working closely. So when we arrive on site, there's not going to be any issues. Once they're signed off, then we've got our manufacturing plant, where obviously we then commence manufacture. Once that's completed, then we deliver to site. Our site team will be on site. They would have done a method statement. They would have done a risk assessment to make sure that we can get the materials to the roof. And this is all involving the contractor. So there's no loose ends. So it's a complete package, and I think that's important.
I think the UK manufacturing for a lot of our products is key to our success. If you look at our modular roof lights, whether it be domes or flat glass, over 90% of our product will probably be bespoke sizes rather than stock sizes. And so that UK manufacturing, that allows us to do that.
Yes, absolutely.
And that comes again from the history of the business. You know, that was the business that Extra Light had in the past, and now we fortunately have within VELUX Commercial in the UK.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so from the dome business, which incorporates the smoke vents, the access hatches, standard roof lights. Also, we've got the structural side of the business, and I think what it means is that if there is any issues on site, which I'm hoping there won't be, we can return to site very, very quickly. Yeah. And I think that gives comfort to the end user.
And I think the campaign in its nature about, others make products, we make it personal. It's a welcome mat for customers to get in touch with us and give us the challenge of looking at their project. Yeah. It's not, look through our brochure and find something that fits. Yeah. Yeah. For me, it's come and talk to us. Yeah. Yeah. And it's we're ready for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think we do a great job at it already. And the more people that we can get that message to, and then hopefully, we'll fulfill our mission. Yeah. About bringing daylight and ventilation into commercial buildings.
And no solution is too small or too large. Yes. We cover all ends of the market.
Absolutely.
And I think, again, that's a message that should be out there that we can achieve that.
Yeah.
And we're interested,
One of the things I'm keen, and again, it's in line with the We Make It Personal campaign, but it's great for us to have customers come and see our manufacturing in the UK. Yeah. They can see where we make the domes, they can see where we make the flat glass and structural glazing system in Blythe. They can walk around those factories, they can see where we polyester powder coat ourselves in our own paint factory. It's a fantastic operation, and it allows us to really, make sure that the solution is tailored for them. Yeah. And there's not one customer that comes and that doesn't go away with saying, we didn't realize you did that as well, or we didn't realize you did all that, or that's what I'm looking for, and I've been looking for a supplier who can do that for me.
Yeah, many times I've been to the factory with customers and walking through the factory where we manufacture the domes, where we blow the domes from flat sheet polycarbonate. They're amazed of the different sizes, the different types, different shapes that we can actually do. It's not just standard 900 square domes, which we do, but we also do custom-made roof lights. Yeah. And I think that is something that's different. We actually manufacture it ourselves. Yeah. And we've got the technology and the machinery to do that, and the team who have been in. One of the benefits of the factory is that we've got team members who've been there for 25 years and longer. Yeah. So they've got a wealth of experience. So that really excites me, to be honest with you, in that sense.
And I know for a lot of people, Blythe is a long way.
Yes.
But it's still south of the wall, we're not too far away. But it's fantastic when customers come and see it, because it fits in with the VELUX commercial aim. Yeah, to be the customer's preferred solution for skylights, smoke vent, natural ventilation. Yeah. And we've really got to live that. And the more customers that we can get to come and see what we do, and use us really as their preferred partner, the more successful we'll be in the marketplace.
Absolutely.
Yeah.